I thought science was supposed to be about observation, about what you can see, about the cause. But now they're making up stuff to be able to combat this. But here's the other issue there. Not only is it there's no evidence for it, it's a fairy tale. Number two, you can't have, logically, you can't have an unlimited number of limited things. The universe is closed, it's a limited system. You can't have unlimited amounts of limited things. That's an impossibility. But here's the other thing. Even if other universes could exist, they would need fine-tuning just to get started like ours did. Which means that it actually multiplies the need for a designer. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Okay, so you're saying the multiple universes like this exists? Wow, that means that all the more there must be a God. You with me here? It's interesting here because this whole concept of multiple universe theory is so broad that any event can be explained by it. So, for example, if we say, well, why did the planes hit the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, right? Well, we shouldn't blame the Muslim terrorists. Because this theory says, we just happen to be in the universe where those planes, even though they were flown deliberately into the buildings, actually hit the buildings by accident. Right? With the multiple universe theory, we can let Hitler off the hook because maybe it was just the Jews who secretly conspired with the Germans and sent themselves to the others. Doesn't make any sense here. Right? It's stupid. It's a desperate attempt to try to put this stuff down. And that's why the guy who was here last week, he didn't want to talk about probability. Even though probability is all about figuring out what causes things. This is, you gotta understand, what we're looking at here, guys, and as we close out of here, I'm going to explain some cool things. Right now, remember we talked about the spaceships in Colombia and stuff like that? That Colombia tragedy happened back in 2003. And basically, they were traveling at 12,500 miles an hour. And they disappeared. And it was a second great shuttle tragedy. And it's interesting because our journey into space is only showing us a tiny portion of space. Let me explain how serious this is. Like, there are 100 billion stars in our galaxy. Okay? That's just in our galaxy. Right? And the average distance between these stars, you want to guess how much?
Not really, man.
100 trillion.
What now?
100 trillion.
You're very close.
Trillion feet?
30 trillion miles.
Wow.
Oh, I was off by 70.
Trillion, man. It's a bunch of trillions.
Okay? Now, what's interesting about this is that even this amount of distance between the stars is another anthropic constant, because if that didn't happen, then all these different planetary orbits would be affected. Okay, if this distance between the stars were different, then the orbits of the planets around our galaxy would be off. So the very star placement that God put the stars has to be exactly right, or else the planets going around the sun would be off from their orbit.
God is back.
Are you serious? Okay. But how far is 30 trillion miles? Because that's like, okay, what does that mean?
That's a walk around the park. That's just that.
Now, check this out. So the question is, like, what is this? Right? Like, what does this mean? Well, if you were to break it down, right? When a space shuttle is in orbit, right? The actual space shuttle is going really, really, really fast. It's actually going 17,000 miles an hour. Wow. I didn't realize all these things. Studying this stuff out just blows me away. I'm just inspired. Right? A space shuttle, all right, it goes at 17,000 miles per hour, right? That's 5 miles per second. Okay? Pretty cool stuff. Now, if you were to get in a space shuttle and speed throughout space at nearly 5 miles per second, okay, it would take you
Stop.
It would take you 201,450 years, right, to travel to travel 30 trillion miles.
That's not far.
Okay? The shuttle you can understand, that's traveling at 70,000 miles or 5 miles a second. It would take you 200,000 years to travel between those stars. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Okay, now that's pretty
That's like the
incredible.
whole
So,
Bible
in other
history right
words,
there.
like if you had gotten into a space shuttle at the time of Jesus, right, and we're traveling from our sun to like another star, an average distance away, you'd only be 1/100th of the way there. That's only 2,000. It's only 100th of the way there, right? Now again, this is just the distance between two stars.
Yeah.
That's just between two stars. Okay? But again, we're talking about how many stars in our galaxy? 100 billion stars in our galaxy. Right? And what's cool about this is that the number of stars in the universe is equal to the number amount of sand grains on all the beaches of all the earth.
It's ridiculous. It's in the Bible.
Right? The amount of stars. So basically, next time you go to the beach,
Just count the
think
sands.
of all the sand grains
Come on, Coney Island.
and all the sand in all the world is about the amount of stars in the universe. Now, you take up one of those little pieces of sand. The distance between one piece of sand to another piece of sand is 30 trillion miles. That's how big our universe is.
We're so tiny.
But it's all by coincidence. And by the way, the distance here, as I said, in our galaxy, if this was changed, the planets would not be able to keep their orbits.
But it was back then.
See, guys,